Hey Adelaide, it's your boy Con from Brighton Trophy Centre.
For my team.
You ready, mate? Party people!
And now it's time, live from the Oscar Studios, it's Best Team Men.
Happy birthday to Rosie.
Yeah! Rosalie!
That was nice. Thanks, guys.
That's all right. So if you just joined us, this is the Best Team Men podcast plus one lady.
Yes.
Known as Rosie Pineda. I'm Andy Martin. We have Jared Walsh over here. Matty Burgess still on his seat. Hopefully he'll be back soon.
We're not really sure
whatever.
what's going on. And if we work out... We don't know if Matt's coming back or not. That's the full transparency of this thing. If he's not, we've got a new title, which we won't tell you, Rosie, until we work out a contract of you staying on full time.
Okay.
But we'll sort of...
you know what?
Involve me.
Maybe...
Oh, go on.
No, here's a good thing, Jared. Maybe this is your first opportunity in your whole media career where your name will be in the main title of the show.
I mean, don't mention that. Oh, my God.
Let's talk about those meetings you had previously. Anyway.
Just be my guy, mate. Just hold off for a year and it'll be all good. Wait, by hold off, do you mean we'll sack you? Yep, but it doesn't matter.
Hey, is it time to put my name? No, it's time for me to leave. Okay, see you later.
Hey, thank you very much to Con and Lena at Brighton Trophy Centre, to Mind and Movement, Steve the Pirate, Stavros at Mind and Movement Physio, and the team at Shifty Lizard. We do have a new Shifty Sound this episode as Andy hits the microphone. It is a brand new Shifty Sound for a voucher to Shifty Lizard, and we've got some ads we forgot to play last time, so we're going to do that halfway through this podcast to tell you more about Brighton Trophy Centre and, of course, Mind and Movement. Saw Steve yesterday. He watched me in my undies have a hot and cold bath at the gym.
Jealous.
Did you ask him to do this?
No, I asked him to get in with me and he said no.
I reckon you'd possibly look at his beard and look up to him as a beard grower. Am I right?
Yeah, but I struggle, mate.
It's
I
a
really
beautiful
struggle.
looking beard.
I look at photos of myself from a couple of years ago and I get really depressed. I can talk about that in a second. Let's talk about Rosie's birthday first, though.
Yes,
because it was
Rosie.
yesterday. Happy birthday.
Thanks, lads.
Still looking 25?
Great, because I'm only 26.
Oh, hey.
And the liar.
I made it very public that I'm 34. How's
Yeah.
this though? Out of the many beautiful gifts and messages I got, someone, I won't name them. Christopher's nonna gave me face moisturiser.
You got to put that on to make you look younger.
It's lovely, and that stuff's
Yeah.
expensive, so I really appreciate it. But is that like, you've come to an age where you better,
Yeah.
I mean, you better get it involved.
Actually, Yaz goes to me today. She came out with this microdermabrasion kit. She goes, do you want to give us a crack
At
tonight?
home?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
That involves like
Do you know what that is?
running needles all
No,
over
you
your
just said it very
face.
quickly.
It's a microdermabrasion kit. So
you said
it's essentially a pen, like the home kits are a pen with like
Tiny
a
needles all
diamond,
over it.
diamond things on the end of it. So it's worth a lot, and I'm probably going to sell it to pay for my lifestyle. But and then it goes on your skin and it sucks out all the dead skin and stuff and
It kind of shaves your face.
yeah.
In a way.
Yeah.
That's
Kind of rips up all the
disgusting.
skin, and then anyway.
One of my exes, who was a singer
have-
that turned into an old mate, she used to get them all the time.
She turned into an old mate?
Yeah, she was a performer of all
Oh,
arts.
you talking about that old mate?
Yeah, of all
okay.
arts. But when she was singing, she used to get it done heaps for camera, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean,
For camera?
within the workplace, I guess, as well.
Oh, my
If you know
God.
the story. But yeah,
Everyone appreciates a smooth face.
I had it properly done at an actual skin place when I was 22 or whatever, and it was pretty good. It hurt at the time. It was like sandpaper on the face.
Good, but I'm afraid if you do your beautiful, lovely fiance, you're going to burn her
Have another child.
You're doing it in the wrong spot. It's
What do you
just
mean?
I know.
It's
She
just
gets very
showing
angry.
Hey, what about Rosie's birthday? We told this story this morning because we caught up with Port Adelaide this morning, which is great. They've got their first home game on Saturday afternoon against
Actually, I was going to
Essendon.
say, Steve the Pirate looks like he used to play for Port.
What do you mean?
That Huff guy. What is his name?
Oh, Westhoff.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Westie's doing a lap of... Hey, great sporting reference,
Thank
Andy.
you.
Well done.
I'm back.
Go with the beard.
Yeah,
the
great sporting reference.
Yeah,
That's
people I know with
closest-
beards.
Yeah, no, it's very good. So Rosie's back on board this season for Port
Yay.
Adelaide, which is awesome because last
Congrats.
year everything was all up in the air.
Yeah,
it was all over the shop.
And so are crowds, which is even more exciting than me being there. There's
Definitely.
going to be people back in like bigger numbers. So
It
that's
does.
really
But you know, a port meeting also identifies Rosie's birthday because a couple of years ago, Andy, it was a very awkward encounter where I'd worked with Rosie in the morning at the Nova building and then we had the meeting. It must have been around 11 o'clock or midday or something at the Adelaide Oval Cafe right next to the Southern Gates. There's a cafe there. So we sat down with Port Adelaide about to prepare for Rosie's first season. Everything was really exciting and Rosie mid-sentence was like, yeah, not too much today, guys. It's my birthday. And I sat there going in my head, oh, shit.
And did you just hold it there and just leave it?
No, I didn't want to. I never like to tell people, obviously, because you had no idea for the whole morning. So, but I think you were like, what are you doing today? And I was like, well, it's my birthday.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go out.
Please tell me you did a Shane Lowe, so at the end of it, like, where's my gifts?
Pretty much. It was very uncomfortable. And then we used to work with a guy, Miles, that we forgot his birthday every year.
Oh, yeah, I'd get a text from his wife, hey, Andy, just a heads up, everyone's forgotten Miles' birthday again.
Oh, my God.
So can you maybe get him something? Yeah, that happened a few years in a row.
This is the same guy who, though, went to, like, every day he went to Coles and came back with a roast chicken every day. And then
stank that studio out.
He was made redundant. But the weird thing was a few months later, he came back as a casual. So I don't know how that can work legally because apparently you're not supposed to be able to work for the next 12 months at the station. But, like, we had this really awkward moment where I think someone caught up with Miles and I was standing outside the studio. Hey, Miles, how you been? Everything good? He's like, yeah, things are really good. I was made redundant. And then just straight-faced it. And it was so awkward. It was very weird. But I wanted to ask about birthdays because there's certain types of people that have certain types of birthday celebrations. Guys, what are your thoughts on people who go, it's my birthday month, going to celebrate every day?
It's too much, guys.
Well, if it's going to give me bedroom activity, I go for the whole year. It's my birthday year.
So, there's people who do that. There's one
So just all year round, you're a sex pest, is what you're saying.
Oh, we won't say that in court. But
there's the people who keep it very low-key and don't tell anyone, but secretly they're hoping for someone to know. I'm that person. I'm like, I'm not going to say anything, but as soon as someone sends me an Instagram, add to story, because then you just get more. Or, thanks for the birthday messages, then you go, people can feel guilty now.
Well, I mean, ever since the whole media ban thing on Facebook, like my use of Facebook's actually gone down. So you don't tend to see a lot of the birthday activity that goes on in the Facebook world. So that's why I sent the happy birthday message in our group message. So Jared had a bit of a heads up that it was your birthday as well.
Oh,
yeah.
Thanks for getting everyone
We're a real
on board.
team
Is
here.
that why you started it with OMFG? Because you almost forgot again?
No, I did it out of celebration, but I said OMFG because I was more surprised that Andy Martin actually got a text message right, because I want to read out to you a text message that he sent to me the other day.
Okay.
Which was
which one was it?
He
Reaches?
put it on the agenda for today's podcast. Let's talk about
Yeah, I did see that. I thought it was like a mistake.
No, well,
was it a
it
filler?
certainly was a mistake because Andy and I were messaging each other back and forth, and sometimes, like, in our vehicles, we like to test out the technology in the cars, right? So pretty much.
but you guys you don't have like new cars. You're driving.
Hey, mate, I've got a new car thanks to Evelyn Subaru.
Oh, do you?
Like, far
I was
out.
like,
And I haven't, thanks to Jared taking that agreement.
okay, so you're just playing with old knobs.
What do you mean?
Yes.
Far out. We thought last week. Yeah, you knew exactly what you did then. So this is what. So sometimes if Siri, you hold down a button in your car and you say, "Hey, message Jared" or "message Andy," and then sometimes you just like to mix it up a bit. So what I will do, for example, is go message Andy Martin. G'day, mate. Messaging from my car. Slap ding dong, la 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 ding dong, ding dong 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 dong. And then Siri says it back to you. Did you mean slap it on your ding dong, la 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 ding dong? And I go, yes, send. So I get this message from Andy the other day that says, probably didn't hire old mate after me as an emoji producer. It was probably some light breakfast. And I'm like, what?
Was that out of context? That was just random.
Absolutely random because what
No,
you were
that's the words in my head and I wanted to get them out.
you were talking about something and he just went with it, and then he's rang him and said, "G'day, mate, it's Emoji Boy calling you."
And then I got called Emoji Boy for the whole day.
Yeah.
Why?
Because I wrote the word, like, I was speaking. So I was speaking.
Oh, and you were trying
Talk to text or whatever.
When you say like smiley face, and then it comes up with the word smiley face instead of the emoji smiley face.
Yeah, what was the context? I was referring to like something that you were talking about before.
Okay, this makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm seeing it now.
Yeah, you are seeing it. So I, the other day, started filming season 2 of Dadelaide.
Yes.
And speaking about old age, right, it made me think. I was looking at some older videos.
Are you
'cause
calling old?
Me.
Okay.
And you. Because it's your birthday, which is great.
1 year older.
You've taken the average age of the podcast up a fair bit. So looking at the video of a couple of years ago when I first did it, I've got really grey in my beard and I'm starting to consider should I start dyeing my beard because it's gone very salt and pepper.
Can you do that?
Yeah, you can do
Is
that.
it just a packet dye thing that you just chuck on? And
Well, I
hope for the
think
best?
so. I don't know.
It's very coarse on your face. I don't know if try. I think you should try it. You should try with a dark brown, almost
Could we
black.
just borrow a lot of Chris's hair off his head and his arms, and then we can just tape it to his face?
Yeah, because the weird thing is if I go full shave now, I look like a thumb, and I don't want to just look like a thumb, but now I look like a bit of a hairy thumb. So
Which refers back to Chris, I guess.
Which is the husband for anyone playing at home.
Yeah, the hairy husband.
Hairy husband.
Yeah.
He's very hairy, but he's very good looking.
Such
And he
a
made you
good-looking guy.
something for your birthday. He cooked.
No, because I don't like presents very much. I don't like being the centre of attention, guys.
It's my birthday.
I was on radio for years.
I accidentally fell into that.
I ate gluten-free pasta. Now I'm hungry.
So I said, don't buy, and because I'm working, I'm like, you already are doing so much for me. Don't buy me a gift. I don't need gifts. Just like make me something. Make me dinner from scratch because he never cooks. He's not very good at it. Love you. And he's like, okay, I'm going to make you pasta from scratch. That's a big deal. And I was
Yeah.
like, all right. So I kept telling him for the week ahead. He came home last night with a new pasta maker. And it was like 4:30. And I'm like, it was 5:30. I was like, my parents are going to be here at 7. He's like, I don't have time to make pasta. And I was like, well, you should have thought about this and taken the whole day off and started making pasta at midday.
I don't want to just like downplay it, but isn't it just water and flour and a bit of salt?
But you got to roll it and then I don't know. I don't know how to make it. I've never
rolls.
made it before.
How did
Anyway,
it taste?
He made it out of a packet in the end because there wasn't enough time.
He San Remo'd up.
Yeah.
His
it was
parents would be
Barilla.
disappointed.
It was Barilla.
What's
It was
Barilla?
Different. It was better than San Remo.
Oh,
blue
well, they
packet?
were thinking about sponsoring the podcast, San
Yeah.
Remo, but
Oh, no.
They're too busy
But
sponsoring
they're
our lady and
also
Cosy,
a
I guess.
really good second option.
did he listen to the podcast?
Yeah.
Christopher?
Yeah.
Did he? I don't know, actually.
My wife listened to it. She really enjoyed listening to you.
Oh, love you,
It was
Gaz.
really nice. It's really enjoyable.
It's good feedback.
Yeah, it was very good feedback, actually. A lot of people are liking certain different parts about the podcast. Should we go into one of those segments now before we get a life update from you, Andy?
What would you like to do?
All right, I think what we should do, first of all, is talk about the Shifty Sound because we announced the winner on the last round. We gave away the Shifty Lizard voucher. It is time to announce the new one. Let's hear the fancy intro.
The Shifty Sound.
This is great. So,
Great voiceover artist.
Simon got the Shifty Lizard voucher. Thank you very much to the team there, to Danny and the whole crew who have been in close touch with us and have said, guys, we want to keep giving these vouchers away. So we do have a sound that we want you to listen very closely to. The last one was Con from Brighton Trophy Centre, flicking, or no, I shouldn't say flicking. You said flicking.
No,
Red.
that was my word.
Clinking 2 medals together. Simon won that, and we're getting the voucher to him. But it's time to give another one now. So have a listen to the new Shifty Sound.
Ooh.
Wow, can you play that again?
You know my first thought? Stapler.
Okay, good first thought. Good first thought.
Yeah.
All right. Play it again.
Wow.
I've got no thoughts.
Is that no thoughts?
Is that sound of thoughts floating in my brain? I like to just reincarnate the sound.
Just go
Oh
one more.
my God, you can't do that these days. Jeez. Let's hear it again.
Okay, so I'll give a bit of a clue here.
Okay.
That sounds completely different to when I recorded it. But I like that because it's a bit
Sorry,
cryptic.
I just played the stapler sound that I've got on here.
So have a listen again. Hashtag the Shifty Sound.
I guess you got to
Hashtag
remember
the Shifty Sound.
I guess you got to remember that it's recorded with a microphone, and depending on what the microphone is, oh Jesus,
Wow. Did you use
Jesus is
that
great.
microphone?
Just in case you're listening.
Anyone on the microphone is.
Yeah. So anyway, on the weekend,
I was going to say there
yeah.
was mention of beer being here last episode. And
no beard.
Beard.
Jared's beard.
That's my beard.
No, beer.
Beer.
Shifty lizard beer.
Yeah.
And I don't see it, and now you're slurring. I mean,
That's what happened last time.
Yeah,
I drank the carton.
That did happen last time. We had 2 beers last time. We came back. Where's the rest? And it's like, I drank the rest.
Yeah, that happened.
yeah, no.
So that is going to be here for the next round. So hashtag the Shifty Sound. You get 1 legitimate guess a week on the socials. So you can put it on Facebook, you can put it on Instagram, you can put it on Twitter. Send us a DM. Hashtag the Shifty Sound, and the winner will be announced. If it is next episode, we can announce the incorrect guesses as well, which I think is great. Shifty Lizard have been really good to us as a podcast, and we're very grateful for that. Thank you very much.
You're a fun bunch.
I love their beer and anything they make.
Okay.
So,
What else have you been doing, Andy? Tell us about your week.
there was a big fucking fox in our backyard on Monday.
What?
We woke up to it.
In the suburbs?
Yes, in Plimpton. We were literally sitting there feeding breakfast to the girls.
Your children,
Yeah.
feeding them, just throwing them. When you say feeding them, it sounds like you're just throwing
No, the
bread at them.
girls,
Like,
all the strippers that are in the backyard.
like
Because I'm a
ducks. Here you go.
so we're feeding the 2 girls, and Yaz goes, "Oh, holy shit!" And I was like, "What?" Like, because the way she spoke, it sounded like something really bad had happened to the girls, like they were choking or whatever. And she's like, "No, there's a fucking fox out the back." And I was like, "What? You crazy girl?" And then we looked out, and then there was this fucking huge fox in our backyard running around going, "Shit, what am I doing here?"
In the middle of the day.
No, it was like 8 a.m.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it was crazy. And
They're
then
really
disappeared.
cute, but they're
Are they
pairs.
No,
aggressive?
I'm not talking about the small one. This thing was like the size of you.
Really?
Oh, so the small one.
Just the tiny one. Yeah, like it was a full-grown adult fox. It wasn't one that you see
Yeah.
like, and then that was pretty bad.
So what?
But
Are they meant to be scary, though? Will they attack?
I would assume so, but I'd say they would run before they attack,
Yeah.
right?
The only knowledge I have of a fox's behaviour is from Sonic the Hedgehog. And
Yeah, he's not a fox.
And what about that song?
His sidekick was a
Oh,
fox.
is it Tails?
Tails,
yeah.
But what about that song like, what did the fox say?
My daughter sings that song.
Really?
In around Semaphore area, like near the Palais, my wife and I were going for a walk. This is pre-kids, and she saw 2 foxes banging. So she took a photo of it.
Hot.
Which is a bit weird in itself because you're kind of filming animal
did she
porn.
put that photo? Did she
put
share it
Yeah,
around?
chucked it on the socials.
Is that illegal?
Well, I don't know.
If you share it,
to
it
take
is.
a,
Yeah, that's the thing.
to take a photo of foxes fucking. That's fun to say.
Yeah, the old fox. Fuck what?
Foxes only show themselves around the dusk, kind of like if it's first thing in the morning or late at night. You never see them during the day. Just
Yeah.
No, because my parents live on a big property, and you can hear them at night. They sound like babies crying.
What do you mean?
Oh,
Like
that's
they're
rough.
like almost like a. Okay, they didn't sound like a baby cry, but they
Yeah,
sound
that's
like a baby crying at night. And my
Sound like a
brother's-
show ride at the Royal Show. Yeah, come on.
Yeah, they're on the Mad Mouse.
Who wants to go on the zipper?
And my brother's been finding just actual fox poo.
How do you know it's fox poo?
Because you can tell what they eat because you can see the bits in the poo, and they've been
Oh
pooing
my-
right outside his window. So like him and my sister live with my parents, and the fox is just pooing beneath his window.
A
It's
fun
like
fact
little
about
gift every morning.
say families that have chickens in their backyard.
Yeah.
If you have,
yeah, we have they have chickens. so-
okay, well, if a fox gets in, they'll obviously kill one and take one away. But what they do is
What
they,
do you mean? They kill one and take one away?
yeah, to like
They'll
their
eat
house
their
or
heads
whatever.
off.
What? Just to introduce it to the family?
Yeah, say, g'day guys, we're adopting a chicken.
What do you mean?
Look
So
after it.
if there's
so
2, it
they
kills-
kill it, so
Yeah.
they'll kill the chicken,
Yeah.
one,
Yeah.
and take that away. But what they'll do with the others is they'll behead them all
Yeah.
and leave them for
Yeah,
death.
they bite their heads off. It's
Yeah.
terrible. So you have to lock your chickens up, and they're psycho. But I don't think they do that to your children. I'm pretty sure they're safe. I don't think they're coming for toddlers. But don't leave.
Now
them
you've
there.
put that thought in my mind. I didn't think about that before.
Oh, don't-
Oh, man.
just
I'm going
in
to get home. No, well, the thing is, we didn't see the fox leave, so we don't know if it's still there. So I haven't been out the back in 3 days.
Oh, move. I mean,
Because we had fucking possums. We've had wasps. That sounds pretty pussy, really, doesn't it? We've had flies.
Oh, there's flies everywhere in Adelaide at the moment. They're disgusting.
Yeah, like we've got lizards living under the fucking porch.
Are
It's
you
crazy.
living at the zoo?
I'm living at it feels like it with so many kids there. But you just got to feed them or throw food at them. Hopefully they live. But speaking of living, here's a segue for you.
Yes,
Okay,
I'm looking forward
well,
to
that's
this. You
a
are the
big one,
segue
all
here.
right.
With your-
That is a very broad...
Yeah.
Speaking of living, guys.
I love air.
With your significant other,
Yeah.
have they ever felt like they were going to be killed by you?
Wow.
Yeah.
Like, no.
Yeah.
Can I
yeah.
get someone on the phone?
Yeah. 'Cause I've been too honest with my wife once when I've like...
Jesus.
Sometimes, like, I wonder what would happen if I did this, but then I realised I'd go to jail for it.
Oh my God, guys.
Yeah, okay, let's not get into that. But, anyway, so let's see if this works.
Oh, we're calling someone.
Yeah.
R2D2's on the phone.
I didn't let her know.
Hello.
Oh, hello, Yazmyn.
Hello there.
How are you? Rosie and Jared are here, best team man.
G'day.
Hi, guys.
Just for you listening at home, Yazmyn is my better half, about to be my wife at some point next year. The date is locked in. We're not gonna
Second
tell
to
you.
the second to the
Damn
second.
it!
We told us that.
you
on
Tell
told
the
everyone now.
podcast.
Now everyone knows.
You literally said it out loud.
Rosie.
Okay.
No. So, Yaz, I just introduced you by saying that, what was that? You're right?
Cows? Cows?
Sorry.
Are you hanging out with cows? What is their name? And what do they do for a living?
House.
They work at a gym? What's going on?
Oh my God.
Imagine that.
So we
Man finds out wife is cheating
With a
on
cow.
podcast while recording. With a cow. I introduced you to say,
Farmer, ideally. I feel like Yazmyn isn't in. Yeah, go on.
are you at Rosie's parents' house?
Mate, no,
I'm just milking this cow. What's his name?
Yeah. What's his name? What does he do again? Where does he live? No, I
Milky
introduced you.
fresh.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome to the podcast, Yazmyn.
No, I introduced you by saying to the guys, have they ever had their partner think that they were going to kill them?
Oh no.
So you need to tell the story from your side about what happened there.
Well, I was just heavily pregnant, and Andy come up to me with a syringe full of black liquid and was like, here, but it was actually teeth whitening, like charcoal stuff. But my first response of him coming at me with a syringe was, no, please don't kill me.
Yeah, it was pretty horrendous. I'm like,
God.
it's nothing. Like, so what had happened is, you know, Wolf at Nova had this
Yeah,
business with
yeah.
the teeth whitening thing, right? So he gave us some demos, and I had 2 syringes full of black liquid that you would use to whiten your teeth. And I've gone, hey, babe, come on, let's have a go at this, hey? And I've walked in the lounge room with them, and she's like, what? What are you doing? No. And get away from me. Don't try to get me. I was like, it's nothing, babe. Just give it a go.
We'll both do it. Have fun.
It's Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah, we'll have a great night together, Dad.
I was pretty hormonal, like, we'll blame it on that.
Yeah, but it kept going for like minutes. It felt like hours.
So
Yeah.
did you guys did you whiten your teeth?
Well, we did something else.
Or you come around the corner with a black syringe at me. What do you
Yeah.
think's going to happen?
I mean, there was no needle on the end of it, just a heads up. It was just an empty syringe full of black liquid sludge stuff. So the trust is a must in
Yeah,
a relationship. But yeah, thanks for that, Yaz.
No worries.
Go
Thanks,
deliver some
guys.
boxes, please.
Okay, bye.
Good luck with that cow.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
I think it was their baby.
I guess we're selling cows on little box now. Is that what you're doing?
It was a
It
bit-
was.
Yeah, no, it was. I was changing Millie in the boot of the car.
It's Millie.
Oh, Millie's a cow.
No, that was the boot closing.
Oh, okay.
Why have you got a cow sound effect
yes,
when your
yeah.
boot closes?
Oh, it's just something that helps with the kids.
That's fair enough.
Built it in.
All right, have a great day.
Okay, you too. Bye, guys.
So, I mean, that's a trauma-filled story as
Yeah,
well. I think
that- I
it probably
feel
needs
like-
to address with someone professional.
I think we should probably go to see some counsellors.
No, from kind of both ends as well.
Yeah, what are you referring to? The relationship or?
Winners, champions, legends. South Australia is full of them, and their cabinets are full of trophies from Brighton Trophy Centre. For 23 years, their family-run business has celebrated victories with a wide range of engraved trophies, cups, plaques, glasses or mugs, honour boards, chopping boards, you name it. Whether in the office or in the field, they'll commemorate any achievement on any budget. Sporting clubs receive free engraving and logos on trophies too. Google Brighton Trophy Centre or visit them in store. We all know that we feel better when we move, so an injury can be really difficult to deal with, not just physically, but mentally. The philosophy of Mind and Movement Physio is designed to put you in the centre of your treatment journey and give you back control. Together, we dive into a thorough assessment and highlight all aspects of your life that can affect how you feel. We then discuss how you can maximise your movement and function while stimulating your body to adapt and heal through active treatments. It's about highlighting what your body can do whilst implementing mindset changes and increasing your knowledge around living with an injury. All listeners of the Best Team Men podcast will receive 10% off their initial consult. So book online through www.mindinmovementphysio.com or call Steve on 0401 014 333.
We've got a lot more to get through. We do have the Back to the Future quiz coming up very soon. We have a radio fail. We do have something very exciting to play for you, which is a TV fail. Hopefully you haven't been consuming much media this week, Rosie, because I lost it when I heard this bit of audio. In fact, Andy, let's do it right now with a radio fail / TV fail. Let's do radio fail.
Fails.
Okay, so we're going to play the radio fail first, just to warm you up for this one. This is a very simple one. I'm a big consumer of media, and I like when people make mistakes. I'm very OCD with that stuff.
Is it from 5AA?
Yeah, it is.
I wonder if this week he brings another... No.
I'm listening to all
Slight
different
obsession.
stations for fails, though, because there's a lot of fails that go on. But this is a very simple one, which I think was just a slip of the tongue, but I thought it was worth playing anyway. So on the 5AA Sports Show, your role as an anchor is to forward sell what's coming up. So you obviously want to keep people listening to some really key talent on the show.
Yeah.
Now you are forward promoting key guests. So for example, if you want to say a footballer's coming up on the show, your calls, or a football journalist like Caroline Wilson. Now, Rosie, you're not a huge sports fan. You know who Caroline Wilson is, don't you, when it comes to journalism?
She's pretty famous.
She's very famous.
she's very
Andy, you're aware of
famous.
her?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So have a listen to how she was promoted on the 5AA Sports Show.
Take a short break. Big show on the way. Rory Sloane, do not miss him. Caroline Wilson, do not miss him. And they're playing at the G.
There would have been a few complaints to the old ACMA off the back of that one, I reckon.
Yeah.
This says a lot about females in the media.
Yeah, you can't do that. But you know what? There are some strong females in the media. There's a woman over in the States. Her name is Wendy Williams, and she has a chat show on this
Is she on
TV.
The Circle?
I think she was. Not the Australian Circle. The View, I think.
The View, that's what I meant,
Yeah, the
yep.
Circle was one with Denise Drysdale.
Yep.
Speaking of which, you see that stuff on social media of Hey It's Saturday, how inappropriate it was?
Yeah, Daryl said if this was 2021, it wouldn't be on air because it was so politically incorrect.
There was
yeah.
a line they used about Kamal, about it, there not enough light being in the room and what he needed to do would lighten up. Like, it was horrific. It's on social media. It was
Hello,
so
royal family.
Yeah, because they had, like, on Red Faces, they had black faces performing.
Yeah.
correct.
Yeah.
You can search for that on social media.
Anyway, back to the lady from The View. Sorry, I took you off.
Wendy Williams, she was doing some incredible monologue stuff, and then she did a Bart, Rosie.
She did a bar.
Yeah, let's have a listen to Bart.
Do you want the full
Yeah,
thing?
to play the full thing, you'll be able to hear the Bart. Just see if you can pick up what happens on
We
this
haven't
Bart.
caught anybody coming out of the house yet, but, you know, just a matter of time. She's not lonely.
Wendy Williams shocked fans during her chat show as she appeared to burp and fart on live TV. The 56-year-old was busy chatting about the latest Kim Kardashian and Kanye West gossip when she accidentally let a belch out followed by a little fart. Following Wendy's burp, she quickly covered her mouth before seemingly letting out a sly fart straight after. The popular talk show host appeared unfazed by the indiscretion and rolled her eyes as the camera panned to the audience, who were in fits of laughter. Watching the live broadcast from home, fans were in stitches and flooded to Twitter to share their amusement. Breaking news that will most definitely change your life. Wendy Williams burps and farts at the same time in the middle of her show, joked one viewer. Another asked,
turn it down.
Okay, all right. Is that a robot
So you can hear
talking?
someo's typed that in to be recited. So you've heard the Bart, the burp, and the fart. Have a listen again.
How did the mic pick up the fart so brilliantly?
Well, because it was a loud fart.
Okay.
So, yeah.
We weren't going to do that as the Shifty Sound, but
I was at Wendy Williams farting and burping at the same time on TV.
I've never done that before.
I didn't know
burp
that's
and
a
fart at the
word,
same
a
time.
Bart.
Oh, no.
I mean, that was more like it.
What, Andy?
No, like when I was unwell. This is both,
And
the old
wasn't
gastro
it
both
wasn't,
ends.
Yeah, it wasn't a Bart so much as just
more of a shark.
Like a, I was going to
Yeah.
say more like a water slide.
Well, you know, the funny thing about guys is you, as a guy, it is physically impossible to sit down and do a number two without weeing first. Can't do it.
You know what? I did not know that.
Give it a crack when you get home. Let us know how you go.
I started the sentence as a guy,
Yeah.
and you're like, give us a crack when you go home.
Yeah. Man, there's Genders are nothing these
Thanks,
days.
guys. 34 and still learning about the opposite sex.
If you have any radio fails, can you please send them in to us at Best Team Man? We are all over the socials because there's a lot going on.
Yeah, and there's a massive database of these that we used to keep at Nova full of the most amazing, say, off-air and off-delay stuff-ups, radio fails that we need to find the database for. I know that it's still at Nova, but
I've got some of them at home. I've got some demos of people that
amazing.
sent them in. Rowies were amazing. So Rowie used to just fart.
Yeah.
And people would record it. Yeah.
Or call people pelican heads and stuff like that, and it means other things.
Yeah, but so you know when Dylan Lewis,
sorry, who, mate?
I can't say his name properly. I'm still traumatised. So when he used to say stuff on the radio, he would fart.
Yeah, no, I knew that.
Yeah.
He sometimes put the mic at his ass.
Fart burp.
Yeah, he'd like bring it round his butt.
There's the grab for next week's intro.
Thank you very much. All right, let's go into Sexy Sam, which is a little bit different this time, actually, because we've been listening to the Pressbox app, and Sam is really not focusing that much. I think it's a Sexy Jace.
Well, let's play a Sexy Sam intro anyway.
Yeah, good call.
Sexy Sam.
Still good.
What are you thinking so far of Sexy Sam, Rosie?
Well, I feel like it's sexy.
Well, let's put you on the spot, Rosie. What about this one?
Sexy Andy.
Look in my eyes.
I am, and
Bada
I
bing.
feel uncomfortable.
Yeah. So
Happy birthday.
We listened to
It's my present, your Mickey Blue eyes.
the Pressbox app is a group of boys, including Sam, Tugwell, Dale, Dustin Fletcher, Jace, Sean Kemp, and Jack Young Rowie Hudson. And they do a great show. Inner Sanctum is doing well. They sponsor the boys and they've got a partnership with them. But we're noticing in their hard-hitting sports podcast, they accidentally say sexy things. When you isolate them, they sound very sexy.
Okay.
So this was in the middle of a sports chat once again when all of a sudden Jace took it to another level and was Sexy Jace.
I want to feel it. I didn't feel any of that.
Sexy Jace.
Didn't touch the sides, Jace. Did not touch the sides.
What are they actually talking about?
I don't know. I think it's a sexy podcast and it's not a sports podcast.
Do you want to hear it again?
I do.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
I want to feel it.
He does.
I didn't feel any of that.
Sexy Jace.
Okay, it's a live show, isn't it?
It's a very live show.
Okay.
I think it's pre-recorded live.
I still can't believe that he does the intros in one go and it sounds the same every week. It just sounds like it's pre-produced, but that's a part of the podcast.
It's all live. They jump into the 5AA studio, which
that was me, like sexually innuendo to live show. You know what I mean? It was a live show. But thanks for giving me the details on how live the show is.
See, when you try to do it, it just, okay.
I've got to just accidentally be Phil.
Sexy Rosie.
So a bit of forward notice to next week. So next week, I've got a new idea for a game that I think we should all play. So I want you to start thinking about this. The game is called Can I Have a Word? And I stole this from television, which I was watching a show called The Jump on ESPN, which is a basketball-related show. I was watching this about 11 o'clock at night, and pretty much it's called Can I Have a Word? Because I will give the subject, or one of us can say a subject, then the rest of us have to give a word to explain it. For example, like if I said, can I have a word for this podcast, Andy?
Great.
Okay, so then you would need to explain why that is particularly great. So
does the other person know what the actual word is, and you've got to say descriptive words for them to get it in one word?
No, it's not really a game. I think it's a good way that we can cover particularly what's going on in Adelaide in that week or around Australia.
It's just stringing along an idea. It's like a pass the parcel. Well, no one's in a sound booth here.
No, but if we all bring one particular thing that we have an interest in and wanted to get your views, right? So, you know how last week we spoke about safety regarding women in South Australia. So if I said, Rosie, all right, can I have a word? Awesome. Women's safety in South Australia. And if you were going to go something like non-existent, then we'd want you to then go, all right, explain why that is non-existent.
You can have more than one word in the end. Or it would be like word, banana. fruit.
All right,
strawberry.
see you, Rosie. yeah, we just go home. That was weird.
So have a think about that for next week because we like to always bring different elements to the Best Team Men Working Title podcast. We do have to discuss that, don't we?
Yeah, a bit of a round table on that.
Yeah, we'll have a round table on that. We'll change that into the Can I Have a Word? This podcast, we'll see where we're at with that.
Okay.
Speaking of falling asleep, I've got to tell you this.
Can we have a noise of just your terrible segues? Plus,
fucking not
wonderful
I
segues.
take you on a ride every time I do it.
You do.
I'll be doing a video production course at a community centre, right? Mm-hmm. So teaching people the basics of video production. And this is from my background of the crazy amounts of skills you had to learn quickly in radio when it came to digital content. And also my partner in crime, he's a videographer. Is that the term? Yeah.
Videographer.
Videographer. And we teach people the basics of video production.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then we created create a short video for the community centre at the end of the time. The first session, so we hadn't done this before. So this is our test, right, to see how it is, the length, all that sort of stuff. Is it boring? Is it interesting? Like, are we going over time? And we got 15 minutes in the first session, and one of the guys fell asleep, and he was sitting there, like, I was watching. I was like, is he looking at the ground, or like, what is he looking? Because his head was down.
Look,
like,
I know age isn't important, but how old do you think this fella was? Did it say more about your class, or I was expecting well older than that.
No, I think probably the oldest
the kind
one
of age that naps, and they've decided to nap in the middle of your class.
Well, I think he did. So I looked at him and I was like, my mate Mikey was talking, and I was like, this guy's going to fall asleep because I could feel like he's deep breathing, right? He's relaxed and he's not looking at the wall or us. And then you hear this, right? And then it gets deeper and goes, like that. And I've looked at Mikey, Mikey's looked at me, and we've just shrugged our shoulders and we've just kept going. So we kept teaching this class with this guy asleep in the corner. Yeah, and like it was weird because all the other students were like looking at him going, what do we do? Like, do we call an ambulance? Do we like try to find a doctor? Like, is he alive? He's making weird noises. It's not sleep noises. That seems like it's dying.
I like you got to call the ambulance before you shake him awake.
Yeah, well,
don't move him.
Well, the great thing
is, he paid his fee yet? Has he paid his booking fee for this thing?
Well, because it's a community centre, they don't pay for it.
Great.
So that's probably why he was attracted to the area to sleep in, I guess.
And he won't be getting one of those review forms at the end of the course either. You just leave.
Yeah.
Bye.
You get out, never come back.
You guys stay.
Yeah, you go over sleep somewhere else, sir. Anyway, the great thing is he did a big snore that was that loud and so trembly, it woke himself up. So it was like... And then he looked around to see if anyone was looking at him, and it was like, good on him, he's awake now.
Oh my god!
And then we continued on, but it was weird.
Do you guys fall asleep now easier? Like you have naps or anything? I'm starting to.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, especially now with kids. Yeah. Like, say last night I was up at fucking 12:30, 1:30, and then I had to stay in their bedroom for like an hour to calm them down, and I think it's sort of the weather thing maybe as well. So now. Like today, for instance, I've had 2 Red Bulls just to keep awake. And later on, if I can have 5 minutes to myself, I'll also have a sleep.
No, I'm a terrible sleeper. I wake up constantly.
Yeah. And
so all week I've been waking up like 2, 3, 4, except this morning I had a 4:30 alarm to get to a job. First morning ever, I didn't wake up 1,000 times. So my husband woke up at 5:30 and said, you were supposed to be at work an hour ago.
Without being...
Like, out of all the mornings, my body was like, you know what? Tonight's the night we give you a good night's sleep. Whoopsie.
Do you find that you, like the nights that you don't have a good sleep, you're dreaming, or like you've got a lot of shit in your head?
Yeah, there's always a lot of shit in my head. Yeah.
Good content.
Yeah.
Very good content. It's good content for the podcast.
Yeah.
So we
never talk about dreams, guys. I'll never do that to you. Dreams. I promise.
Let's make sure that you keep having a messed up life so you can bring content to the podcast, all right?
Okay.
Is that okay?
That is like pretty much what a PD at a radio station always says to their talent.
Correct.
Or hopes.
Yep.
That their fucked up lifestyle that they have.
Yeah.
We'll just keep bringing the content.
Save it for on air, mate. I just need to go see my counsellor. Save it for on air, mate.
Put those headphones back. Save
Don't
it for on
cry
air.
now. Cry later when the mics are on.
Tears get ticks, guys.
Yeah.
All right, shall we go to the Back to the Future quiz?
Sure.
All right, this is great. I like to build up here and go, yep.
Oh, it's very Star Wars.
Hey guys,
Hey, Doc.
This is a different edition of the Back to the Future quiz. I thought I'd do
Andy.
the advertising edition to see how closely you have paid attention to advertising over the past couple of decades.
Okay, all right.
So let's test your buzzers.
Can
Your
we,
name
all,
is your
can
buzzer.
we just remind each other when we were all born, just to make sure you don't go too far back in the decades?
No, we've got stuff back to you when you were born, like the First Testament. Yep.
On my buzzer. Rosie is my buzzer.
Yeah, great.
Yep.
So you just say Rosie's my buzzer.
I'll be.
Test your buzzers.
Andy.
Rosie!
Okay, here we go, guys.
Every time.
to that, all right?
Okay.
Who won the last one? You won the last one, Andy?
Me!
Oh, sorry. Okay. Good luck. The advertising edition of the Back to the Future quiz. Question 1. What phone number belongs to this business? Lubemobile will come to you.
Rosie!
Andy.
Yeah.
Lubemobile will come to you. That's 13, 30, 32.
Perfect. Well done. I wanted to use Lubemobile the other night. I'm not sure if you saw on my socials, I made a roast chicken at home and my missus is like, hey, put the lemon in its ass. And I couldn't. And I was just trying to force it in. I'm like, oh, we should get some lube or something funny. And she said, you're putting it in the neck.
Oh, my
I was
God.
actually putting the lemon in the neck instead of the ass.
And also, don't you have to do the duck bill thing to get in there? Just, is that...
Question 2.
Okay, right.
Question 2. The burgers are better.
Andy.
Yeah.
At Hungry Jack's.
Correct. 1-1. Question 3, because you're worth it.
Andy.
Oh.
Yep. Hello.
L'Oreal.
Oh, yeah, correct. I was
Yeah.
worried that we were going to go off air then for some reason.
yeah. Oh, fuck, the emergency tape's going to start in a sec, guys. Fuck, we're going to lose advertising revenue.
Hey, have you guys registered Taylor Swift Shake It Off? That's the first song on the emergency tape. All right, ready to go. Mate, what we're going to do today, what about when we had to do, go off air for a moment's silence? I don't know if you were working there, but the person who was running technology forgot to do what one Anzac Day, I think it was, or Remembrance
It's like
Day.
insert intentional silence. It's just a little bit above silence.
Yeah, but what happened is someone forgot to do it, so the first song that played was Sex on Fire by Kings of Leon, right into the moment's silence, so that was good. Andy 2, Rosie 1.
Okay.
Question 4, melts in your mouth, not in your hands.
Are we still doing the quiz?
Oh, sorry, I was just reading a message.
That porno I made in the early 2000s?
Melts in your mouth, not in your hands.
Is that a catchphrase from an ad?
Andy.
Yeah.
Maltesers?
Incorrect.
Melts in your mouth, not in your hands. Is it a chocolate product?
I mean, you just...
Well, you gotta do your buzzer.
Rosie!
Rosie?
Is it a chocolate product? Is it though?
What, is that your answer?
Wait, no, okay. Melts in your mouth, not in your hands. Let's say Tim Tam.
Nah, incorrect. It's M&M's.
Okay, it was a chocolate
Question 5, just do it.
product.
Rosie?
Nike.
Yeah, correct. 2, all question 6. A and
Andy.
Andy?
Computers.
Yeah, great. A and R computers.
Are they still around?
And
I'm
he,
not sure. Is he still alive?
Well, I don't want to make this... I don't want to get in court over this.
Okay.
But the moustache was pretty...
Oh, you can't say that.
That is not a news story, by the way.
Make up your own mind what that beat blocked out there. Question 7. Matter of fact, I got it now. Rosie.
West End.
Nah, incorrect.
Oh, it's a...
Same kind of brand, though.
Andy.
Yeah?
Carlton Draft?
No, incorrect. Yeah.
VB.
Yeah, correct. 3-all. So it's 3-all. Question 8. Lucky you're with...
Andy.
Yeah.
Amy.
Yeah, correct.
Oh, wow.
4-3. Andy, if you get this one, you win, but we'll just go to the last two anyway. Question 9, not happy. Jan! Rosie?
See, it's not going to go. You're not going to win because I'm going to tell you that is for yellow pages.
Sure is.
Yes,
So the
all right.
next one wins.
Okay. This isn't even fake drama this
No,
time.
this
like
is
it
real.
usually is.
Yeah, it's not fake radio shit.
Question 10, and then I need to go because I think I need to bath. Question 10.
Oh, gosh.
My dad picks the fruit.
Andy.
Andy?
You guys say Cuddy?
Yeah, he's got it!
Thank you.
So what was the product?
Cuddies.
Cordial.
Didn't you used to do that at school? You go, my dad picks his nose and goes to snotties.
Scotty's. Like Scotty's Motel.
To pick... what?
You say Scotty's?
Play the outro music. Yeah.
No, I want to play this.
That was
I'm going to go
see
test
Jared
that
for a
theory.
second.
I'm going to go test that theory of Bart's to see if it works. I'll let you guys know. Hashtag the Shifty Sound.
Yep.
We're on the socials. Rosie, have a great birthday week.
Thanks, guys. You have a great one too.
All right, cheers. Here's Con.
Brought to you by the Bright Trophy Center. Cups, trophy, badges, medals. Yeah, we do it better. Best team, man. DTC, BTM, BTS. Yeah. Best team, man. Oh, yeah. Sweet. Okay.